Hey, and welcome to another episode of Man in the Kitchen. Today we're doing breakfast, and what we're doing is a vegetarian quiche with a hash brown crust. That's right, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. But before we get started, what I want you to do, if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also hit that notification bell so when I drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. Also leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, and share the video. All right? Not gonna hold you up, so if you're ready, then let's get to it. Let's man it up. What we're gonna be using for this vegetarian quiche is Beyond breakfast sausage, potatoes, we got mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, 6 eggs. We got 2 types of cheeses, smoked cheddar and a Merlot cheese. Also for the seasonings, we're going to be using garlic powder, black pepper, and some pink Himalayan salt. What we're going to do first is shred these potatoes. Shredding the potatoes is very easy, especially when you got a little guy like this right here. This is gonna make our hash browns. Make our hash brown crust, rather I say. And I'm using assorted potatoes just to add it a little flavor. Now, if you could use the frozen hash browns, but you gotta let them thaw out. And then you gotta, you know, they're gonna be, I guess, frozen process. I'm a fresh type of person, so I kind of like my stuff fresh. So we're just gonna shred these potatoes up. And this little guy here, I purchased online, and as you can see, it works really well. Works fast. I'll have a link to this in the description box down below. So if you're interested in getting you a shredder, you can get this one just like I got. And you can see we're getting a lot of potatoes out of this. We've shredded about 1 pound of potatoes, just that fast. Didn't take long. Matter of seconds. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna rinse these potatoes to get the starch off of them. We're gonna rinse them probably about 3 times. Fill the bowl up with water, work it around, pour it out. I'll show you. You want to fill the bowl up with cold water, and then work the potatoes through just to get that starch out of it. You're gonna see those bubbles? Yeah. You're gonna do this probably about 3 times. So this is how you kind of rinse your potatoes. Get that starch out of there. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to crisp up. So we want to get all that out of there. You can notice that the color of the water is not as dark as it was before. It's going to turn colors just because I used that purple potato, but it's not. You can't see it as much as it was before, like the first time. And this is our 3rd rinse. On that 3rd rinse, you can see that the water is much cleaner. This is pretty much right where we want it to be. We got our potatoes cleaned and starch removed as much as possible. We'll go to the next step. Now for this step, we gotta squeeze this water out of the potatoes. This is a must do. If you want your potatoes and if you want that crust to be real crispy, this is what we gotta do now. We gotta squeeze that water that we just rinsed the potatoes with out of the potatoes. So with a coriander, this is the easiest way I found how to do it. And what I'm gonna do is take another bowl and press down on it to get that water to squeeze out. By pressing down on it, basically you're drying out these potatoes. And that's what's gonna help the potatoes crisp up. We're gonna toss it a little bit, move them around. We're gonna press it again. There are other ways that you can press out the water. Placing it on something flat, laying some paper towels on it. That'll help get the water, remove the water from the potato. That works just fine too. Just know that you're gonna be using paper towels. So there's many methods of squeezing the water out. This is just one. So the best way that suits you, as long as you get as much of that water out of these hash browns that we're making, it's gonna work out better for you. Good. Good dried potatoes. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna place a light oil on the potatoes and then we're gonna season them up and toss them real fast. What I'm using is avocado oil. It's pretty good. I'll season it with some pink Himalayan salt, black pepper. Give it another dose of that. And some garlic powder. Then we're gonna give that a good tossing. The oil is gonna help it crisp up and stick together slightly, and also help the seasoning stick to the hash browns. So now that that's blended in pretty well, what I have here is our mini loaf pan. We're gonna just place these hash browns inside the cavities. After we place them in the cavities, then we're gonna press on them to form pockets. So they'll be pressed, they'll be coated in the bottom and the sides. What you do is just press on them. You're gonna form that pocket. I'm gonna get these pressed out, then I'll show you what they look like afterwards. I have my oven preheated at 375 degrees. I'm gonna cook these hash browns for 25 to 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna check them to make sure the crust is right where I want them. If they need to go a little longer, then I probably will. If they need to come out, we're gonna take them out, all right? I'll show you what they look like after I pull them out. While our hash browns are cooking, we'll go ahead and start prepping up the rest of our food. Like I said, we got these Beyond breakfast sausages. They're pretty good. You would think they're meat. So we're gonna cut these up in little pieces and we're gonna cook them in the pan. So these do pretty good. Beyond did a really good job on these breakfast sausages. You want to cook these thawed out. You don't want to cook them frozen. You want to thaw them out first, then cook them, and they don't take long. They'll be done in no time. Looks like our pan is hot. Want to add this sausage to it. Let them get nice and browned up. I don't even know if that's a word. We're gonna get them nice and brown. You want to cook these over medium, like about medium, because they cook really fast. These sausages don't take no more than about probably 7 to 8 minutes to cook all the way through. So they don't take long. If you cook them too long, they tend to dry out. So to keep that moisture in, kind of 6 to 8 minutes is that sweet spot. Over medium to medium high heat. You don't want to put them on too high though. You definitely don't want to cook them too high. These are looking good. They're starting to get right where I want them. Now I'm going to add, we got our mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, and 3 different types of bell peppers. Get those a nice toss. Add a little seasoning to it. Black pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. And give it a toss. You don't want to overcook these veggies because they're going to go inside the quiche and they're going to cook an additional with the rest of the stuff. So this is pretty perfect. I can turn this off. Just where I need it to look like. Okay, now I'm gonna cut the rind off my cheese and we're gonna shred it. Real simple. That's one down. And this is the Merlot cheese. The first one was the smoked cheddar. And this is the Merlot. Just that fast. You want to taste that cheese? Woo. That Merlot cheese is awesome. And this is the smoked cheddar. The blend of these two cheeses is gonna make this whole quiche just right out of the ballpark. Now we're gonna build our quiche. I think we're gonna add a few more eggs to this. Now we're gonna add our mixture straight to the eggs. And we're gonna add our cheese. Tiny bit of seasoning. It's already seasoned, so you really don't need a whole lot. We're gonna whisk it all together. You wanna fold that in real good, but you don't wanna whisk it too much, because we don't wanna make that eggs runny and watery. So you wanna give it just basically like a good folding with the whisk. This is how you should be looking, just like that. You got just enough, everything is spread it evenly. Okay, our molds are done. So let's fill these cavities up with the egg mixture. And anything that you see that's uneven, kind of just, you know, take from one and add to the other. Try to get them all nice and even. Take a smaller spoon and just spread it around. These are perfect. This is the before. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place these in the oven and we're gonna bake them at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna check them to see how they are. All right? Show you what they're gonna look like in a minute. It's 30 minutes, let's check our quiche and see what it look like. Whew. Oh man. That bad boy there. That's looking good. Do the toothpick test. Oh yeah, I can feel the way it went all the way in. That, yeah. This is good. It's ready. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna let it rest for about 10, 15 minutes. Then we're gonna come back and give it a test. Well, y'all, you know what we gotta do now. It's ready. We gotta try it. Little garnish of some parsley. Think I'm gonna try you. This is the one I'm gonna try right here. Get you right here. Let's try it without anything on it, without any sauce. Cut right through it. Whew. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but that's some good stuff right there. Oh, man. This right here. Check out the outside. Got the potatoes, hash brown crust. You taste the potatoes. Ooh. The onion, the bell peppers, the mushroom, the Beyond sausage. Look, trust me, this right here is vegetarian quiche. You will never know the difference. Those two cheeses, the smoked cheddar and the Merlot cheese, just takes it over the top. This right here, oh man. Try it with some salsa now. Look at that. Woo. I'm gonna tell you, this right here for you. Oh. That spicy salsa with this quiche, oh, it's wonderful. Look, if you're a vegetarian or you just trying to eat healthier, this is an easy and simple meal that you can make that is going to be beneficial for you. Strictly vegetarian, all healthy. You got the Beyond sausage, you got the bell peppers, the onions, the mushrooms, cheddar cheese, the Merlot, the eggs, and the potatoes that we made fresh, the hash brown crust that we made from scratch. You know what I mean? This is not anything that's come from the store that's been frozen sitting somewhere. You did this. You can do this. This is what you can do. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell. That way, when I drop a new video, you'll be the first to know, okay? Y'all, you gotta try this. It is absolutely amazing. So, until next time, I appreciate you watching. I'm Man. We man in the kitchen. Next time, be blessed, y'all. I'm gonna finish this right here up. Look at that. Yeah, there's some good stuff right here. Number one. A1.